Hey everyone, today we're diving into something that's not just a trend, but a massive shift in how we build software. We're talking about AI, but not just as a buzzword. We're looking at how it's completely rewriting the playbook for quality assurance. So let's get right into it and see what the future of testing is really going to look like.
And let's start with a really important question. Is the way we've been doing software testing for years, well, is it broken? I mean, think about it. We're expected to release faster than ever, the apps are getting more and more complex, and the pressure on QA teams is just through the roof.
And this number is pretty much the smoking gun. Can you believe that up to 40% of all QA effort is spent on just one thing, manually designing test cases? That's not just a little inefficient. It's a huge, massive bottleneck slowing the whole process down.
Okay, so before we can even talk about the fix, we have to really truly understand the pressure points. Let's peel back the layers and see exactly where the old way of doing things is starting to crack under the pressure of today's development world.
You can really see the domino effect here, can't you? It all starts with this insane amount of time and manual work. And because it's so dependent on individual people, the quality you get is all over the place. Then you build these automated scripts, but they're so brittle they break if someone even looks at them funny. All this just creates a massive delay, which means you find bugs way later, and finding them late is 100 times more expensive to fix. It's a mess.
So how in the world do we fix this? Well, there's no single magic bullet. Instead, you've got to think of AI as a brand new, super-powered toolbox. And inside, there are all these amazing, specialized tools designed to tackle every single one of those problems we just talked about. And probably the coolest tool in this new box is something called agentic AI. Now, forget what you know about simple automation. We are talking about autonomous systems that can actually think, make decisions, and learn on the job. It's like having a team of brilliant testing assistants working for you 24/7. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, let's make this super practical. Imagine an agentic AI system looking at your regression tests. It's not just going to blindly run everything. No way. First, it looks at the latest code changes to figure out what's most likely to break. Then, it only picks the exact tests it needs to run. If something fails, it doesn't just stop. It starts digging, figures out what kind of failure it is, and can even suggest a fix. And the best part? It learns from every single run, getting smarter and smarter each time. And this brings us to a really critical point, the human in the loop. AI isn't here to replace anyone, it's here to be the ultimate assistant. This is the perfect partnership. You have the AI doing all the heavy lifting, taking the requirements and spitting out thousands of test cases. But that's just the first draft. The final say, the critical review, that comes from a human expert who brings all the context and nuance that a machine just can't understand. And the results? Well, they're pretty staggering. We're not just talking about making life a little easier. This has a direct impact on the business. Testing cycles are getting cut in half, which means you get to market way faster. The AI finds all these weird edge cases that a human might miss, so you have fewer critical bugs in production. All of this drives down costs and, maybe most importantly, frees up your smartest people to focus on strategy, not just repetitive tasks.
And you can literally see this change happening in the tools people are using. Just look at Playwright. It's exploded, capturing over 45% of the market. It's a crystal clear sign that the industry is ditching older, clunkier frameworks and racing towards these more modern, efficient, and AI-ready tools.
All right, so this brings us to the elephant in the room, right? The question that's probably on your mind right now. With all this incredibly powerful automation, what happens to the human tester? Well, as we're about to see, this isn't a story about replacement. It's a story about partnership.
So let's just put it out there, plain and simple. Is all of this tech just a fancy way to make human QA professionals obsolete?
And the answer from basically every expert out there is a loud, clear no. AI is a tool to augment what we do. It's here to take over the boring, repetitive, soul-crushing tasks so that we, the humans, can focus on the stuff that actually requires a brain.
Because, let's be honest, there are just some things machines can't do. I mean, can an AI really think strategically? Can it creatively explore an application with genuine curiosity? Can it feel empathy for a user's frustrating experience? Of course not. Those uniquely human skills, they're not just relevant anymore, they're becoming more valuable than ever.
So what's really happening here is that the role itself is evolving. It's leveling up. We're moving from being a QA tester who finds bugs to becoming a quality strategist who prevents them from ever happening.
This is an awesome opportunity to go from being a reactive bug hunter to a proactive strategic leader in the whole development process.
Now, of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Making this jump to AI isn't just a walk in the park. There are some very real, very tricky challenges that every organization is going to have to face.
For one thing, AI is hungry. It needs tons of high-quality data to learn, and that's often hard to come by. The tools themselves can be a bit dumb when it comes to understanding your specific business. And yeah, there's the upfront cost and the risk that these tools might just cry wolf with a bunch of false positives. Getting past these hurdles is the key to making it work.
So, knowing all that, the incredible promise, and the real-world roadblocks, what do? As a QA pro, how do you make sure you're not just surviving this shift, but actually thriving in it? Let's get into a real, practical action plan.
Here's your game plan. Starting now, in the next 30 days, just take stock of your skills and start playing around with some free AI tools. Get your hands dirty. Then, over the next few months, maybe look into a certification, build a tiny project, something to show you know what you're talking about. And, long-term, that's when you specialize. Become the go-to person for quality strategy and start sharing what you know. That's how you lead the pack.
So here's the bottom line. AI isn't the pilot of the plane. It's your new co-pilot. It can handle the instruments, run the checklists, and navigate through the storm. But you're still the one in the captain's chair deciding where to go. So the only real question left is, are you ready to take the wheel?